Hello everyone, this is Brad Johnson here, and I'm going to be getting into a real juicy topic in this episode, this webisode, this video, whatever you want to call it. And it's going to be going across the lines to an extent to what I'm going to be talking about when I go on tour. Really with Portal to Ascension, when I team up with these guys, our whole crux, I guess you could say, is that we're spreading awareness in regards to extraterrestrial disclosure. Awareness and spirituality, aware and higher consciousness. And so I'm taking this back to when I first started to do this whole journey, when I got back to, going back to the time of August of 2008, when I first started to really dive into this and get into the spirituality, the metaphysical, and the true nature of extraterrestrials. And going back to my emails, I did this not too long ago, just going back to my emails for around that whole duration of time, to find out exactly how many emails I've gotten from that time forward in regards to extraterrestrials, in regards to encounters that people have had. It's literally gone into the hundreds range. Hundreds of people have literally emailed me and have told me exactly all of these different kinds of experiences they've had with extraterrestrial craft, with close encounters with the Greys, with close encounters with other beings that are non-physical, people that believe that they were angels, apparitions that were appearing in bedrooms, people actually going through walls. I was getting all these emails, and it's phenomenal. Because whenever we look at the big picture of what extraterrestrials represent, we dive right into the movies. We think they're these big, gigantic, banana-headed, second jaw coming out, parasitic creatures. Really, that's not how it is at all. They're human. They really are. And I've done past videos in regards to civilizations in our galaxy, from all the research that I've come up with, from personal testimonies that people have even just come up to me and said, well, here, Brad, here's an experience that I had that I wanted to share with you. And so the real big picture is that ETs are a fact of life. It's like people who say, well, I don't believe in ghosts, but I know they're there. It's the same thing with ETs. Whether you believe it or not, they're there. That's just a simple matter of how things are. Because even when you start to look into science right now, how many Earth-like planets they're starting to discover, it's phenomenal. Where there's water, there's life. And why some people have such a hard time trying to believe in extraterrestrials is that whole distance thing, you could say. That, well, if there are other civilizations dozens or even hundreds of light years away, how are they able to get to Earth so fast? It's an impossibility. No, it's only impossibility through the current model of modern science. They go beyond that. To really ask a modern scientist, okay, how do extraterrestrials travel? They just couldn't do it. To do linear travel from 1,000 light-year distance, it would take them over 1,000 years at the speed of light. But then again, in comparison to us, to where we are from what we consider our modern technology, our modern age, it's like trying to ask a caveman what they interpret a car to be. Because thousands and thousands of years ago, they would never imagine slipping into this big metal-like thing that looks like a beast and traveling all across the planet. Or if you asked them what a jet was, they would absolutely think you're crazy. You're a nutcase if you think you can just travel on this big, gigantic, creature-like thing with wings that could fly amongst the sky and take you to other parts of the world. The thing is that we have allowed ourselves to dive so far into the modern system of mechanics, to what we understand as the universe, that it taints our whole understanding of believing that through an extraterrestrial perspective, they need to really travel in a linear perspective. From all of the information I've attained, from my own personal channeling, from what I have contacted, from what all other people have contacted, from work that someone like Dolores Cannon has done with thousands of other with thousands of other clients that she's done through her hypnosis, and getting all of this confirmation, that's not exactly how the ETs travel at all. They travel through vibration. Vibration is the key to everything within life. Everything is frequency. Everything is vibration. It is not the physical hard wood, hard metal, couch, chair, walls reality here. We're going beyond that whole idea. This is where we're taking it now. So if you really dive into the idea of vibrational mechanics, vibrational science, frequency science, this is exactly how we can start seeing the extraterrestrial picture in a whole new light. Disclosure itself simply represents awareness. That's all it's about. The whole idea of someone thinking that, well, hey, extraterrestrial disclosure is on the way, I told you so, that's not important to me. To me, what really gets me excited about the big picture of extraterrestrials is that it becomes common knowledge, is that we're no longer having to, scoff at a person if they have this encounter, or they recorded videotape of an extraterrestrial ship in the sky, or they had this close encounter with another being, without it saying, oh my God, CGI effects, oh my God, that's a model on a string, oh my God, that's just swamp gas, or an airplane flying by, or it's your Uncle Joe, you can see his butt crack in the dark here when he's trying to open up the door to come into your house so he can take you away in a ship, anything like that. When we finally get into disclosure, the stupidity ends. That's how it is. Because even though there is a lot of hoaxes out there, there still is a lot of phenomenal, great, genuine video that relates to ET craft, that relates to close encounters. But this is really where we need to go. If we really want to see the big picture in regards to extraterrestrials, we have to dive into the new. We have to let go of the old criticisms, of the old modernizations of believing that extraterrestrials travel from one area linearly throughout space and take many, many years to get to where they are. We've gotten past such idiotic idealisms. That's outdated. You look at the new science right now, consciousness science, and it starts to all make sense. How does it make sense? Because when you start to follow a path of abundance, when you start to follow a law of attraction, the true law of attraction, not the watered down, the secret version, but when you actually truly understand it and truly follow passion and truly document every day of your life and discover exactly what you have achieved in that day and what you have found out about yourself and what you are being rewarded from as the universe gives you opportunity, then this gives you an idea of the framework that you can create within yourself to truly understand that extraterrestrials literally are us. That yes, we have these human bodies, that yes, we're here on this planet Earth, and yes, we are having this experience on this world. But truly as a soul level, on a spirit level, yes, here's that word, atheists, cover your ears, on a spirit level, you can't deny having a spirit. Again, it's going back, well, I don't want to believe that. Well, you don't have to believe that if you roll around in dirt, you're going to get dirty. But you're still going to get dirty. Like it or not, you got a soul. Like it or not, you got a spirit. And really, it doesn't matter the debate. It's just a way of life. But this is how we are. Literally, as a spirit, a soul level, we are all extraterrestrials. We have all come from somewhere else. We have all come from higher planes of dimensions. And we are all here on this earth right now. And we're taking our experiences, interacting with each other, and we're starting to try and figure everything out. Denial gets nowhere. If we keep denying and shooting things down without looking at them, without truly diving into it and saying, okay, well, let's take a really good look at this, without saying, oh, this is crap, get it away from me, I don't even want to look at it. That's not going to get you anywhere. That's not going to get you to a point to where you can evolve, to where you can truly understand how the nature creates. So just for me, from my perspective, I'm not an exopolitician. I'm not a contactee. I'm simply someone who has just been so passionate about this since the very beginning. And throughout my journeys of 2 years, I have seen so much stuff. I have encountered so much stuff. I have talked to so many people, and they have given me all of these amazing, wonderful experiences, encounters that they've had, and the commonality keeps growing, day after day after day. It's kind of like what Dolores Cannon is doing with her work, with her clients, all the commonality that she's getting day after day after day with all of these deep regressions back into hypnosis to find out exactly what was going on. This is my case as well, too, that I'm just discovering all these people, and they have all of these unique, incredible stories to tell. So this really is the big picture of extraterrestrials, of disclosure. They are out there, and you have the ability to communicate with them. There's so much more that I don't have time to cover in this video that I'm hoping to get in a future video, of course, before I go off on tour. But again, I hope it's just piqued a curiosity in you. You know, take it or leave it as you want. This is the whole purpose of it. You know, it's not that I want to jam this down your throat, but this is just something to look at. It's something unique to look at, rather than looking the other way and saying, well, how about look this way? How does it feel to you? So again, it's your choice. It's your life to how you want to personify it. From my own personal standpoint, the last 2 years have been incredible, and I truly understand the bigger picture of extraterrestrials. So thank you very much for watching. I'm Brad Johnson. I'll talk to you again soon. Namaste.